So nice to see all of you here today. Since we just started the webinar, we'll give it a couple of minutes for everybody else to join in as well. But in the meanwhile, I would encourage all of you to use the chat box to kind of introduce yourself, tell each other about your business, yourself. Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Nayak. So just talk a little about your business, where you're from, what your business deals in. If you have a GlobalLinker profile that you would want other members to look at, do share that as well. But so good to see all of you here today. So the way we'll do this is that we'll start our interaction sharp at 1:05, just allowing a couple of more minutes for everybody to join in. But again, the format of this webinar is a little more interactive than the usual one-way communication. I would encourage all of you to ask any query, any question that you may have. This session is conducted for you to be able to actually resolve any of your queries and of course grow your business. So do use the Q&A section below to ask any question so that it doesn't get missed out. If you do happen to put it in the chat box, it might get missed out in the scroll of messages that come in introducing themselves. So do use the Q&A section for asking any question that you want to be addressed. And I will also be asking a couple of questions to all of you. Do be a part of the examples as well as answer them just as simple insights. So do answer them as much as you can. So we have about 3 minutes left to get started, but let me tell you a little about myself. I'm Malvika Jaggi and I'm representing GlobalLinker today. So GlobalLinker, as most of you already know, is a business networking platform with over 4 lakh plus members. So, and just like yourself, so just like the way we use Facebook for connecting with friends or LinkedIn for work and job updates, we use GlobalLinker to connect with business owners. It can be as the interactions currently vary from sourcing new raw material, appointing new agents, getting new distributors, or even creating an online catalog for businesses and networking with them to kind of strike deals. So, and in fact, we've seen that a lot of organizations also do post about new product launches, any new awards that they've won, any achievements. And of course, there is a section on the platform which people use to contribute expert knowledge in a particular domain. And going forward in the webinar, we will, but not only post content, but a lot of members like yourself consume a lot of content on the platform. So if you are somebody who is currently hesitating to share knowledge, do read what is happening on the platform, consume that content, see how it really has a position in your mind. So when you read rich content, or when you read something that you can relate to, you feel the urge to kind of connect, because you now trust that particular business owner in that domain. And that's when you'll realize the importance of actually contributing knowledge rather than just doing promotional content on your business. So it's 1:05 now, and I see that a lot of members have joined in. Let me actually just start sharing my screen now. Again, please feel free to stop me at any point, ask any questions. We can, and you need not wait till the end of the session. I will allow a lot more time towards the end for an interactive Q&A, but happy to be interrupted in between as well. So let me just now share my screen. Okay, so I hope you all can now see my screen. Great. So once again, welcome to this webinar. I'm excited to meet all of you here today, and I hope the feelings are mutual. But like I mentioned, do use the chat to interact with each other, introduce yourself. In fact, recently there was a research conducted which mentioned that about 40% of businesses will die out in the next 10 years if they don't adopt new technologies, new digital platforms. So this is your chance to learn about these various ways in which you can digitize, network, and grow your business online. So again, now what is it that you can expect during the session is what I'll just cover about. But again, the best way to make the most of this session is to use the chat box and send in any queries, comments, feedback, anything that you'd like to be addressed. What we're going to cover today is basically a broad overview. And in fact, I'll also show you a live demo of the platform GlobalLinker. Then we'll talk a little about why is it important to have an online profile, and once we understand the importance of it, how do we make one such that it's an attractive profile, and where do we really get started, how do we sell online, why should we sell online, and we will cover a little about a particular digitization index, so where you stand in the digital journey or the roadmap, as well as how do you kind of attract your customers to start transacting with you. And then we'll leave it open for a Q&A session. Okay, so let's get started. How many of you in the room today know a little about GlobalLinker? It'll be nice to see what you understand of the platform, but here is my definition of what I think GlobalLinker stands for. It really is a community of business owners like yourself who are networking with each other, talking to each other about sourcing raw materials, sourcing new suppliers, engaging with new distributors, appointing new agents, or even just identifying how they can grow beyond their current capacity, or even sharing awards and new product launches. So it's a community which is free to join, but I must mention it's an invite-only program. So treat it as your exclusive online business circle. Let me also just go ahead and showcase how the platform looks like. I will actually log into my own profile and show to you how it is. Just give me a second there. Okay, so so here you can see on my screen there is a feed about how the platform looks like. It is a very social, I mean, you've already seen such, you're used to such user experiences before on other social platforms. And so you know what to expect. Here you can see, for example, there's an organization who's looking for a t-shirt 100% polyester buyer, or there is an organization who's talking about the kind of exports that you can do as an exporter, and there are various alerts and trade information that's getting posted. Here is somebody who's talking about an app that they have built and how it can help other members. So and there is a section where you can actually, if you see on my screen here, you can see company post only, which means that I internally within my organization can see these posts, you can't. And so you can use this to actually also interact with all your employees, make them feel special on a very professionally, formally done platform. Now here, if you see, they're looking for a seller of wheat flour. So there are various business opportunities being posted, various people contributing knowledge. Here is how the feed looks like. But let me show you a little about what all can be explored. Now, on the top hand side, you see a resources section where you can actually go to the knowledge one, where you have articles. And like I was telling you, this is the area where you can consume rich content in various sectors, from various industries, from various different types of business owners, as well as organizations who have the expertise in it. So if you see here, there's somebody talking about Vakil Search, in fact, who is a legal provider, is talking about GST. What is the new GST on sugar, chocolate? There is Retailers Association of India, who puts in trends, patterns, alerts about all the new happenings in the retail sector. There is the Federation of Indian Export Organizations, who talks about if you are somebody who wants to explore the exporter segment, then this is what you can use. Or for example, you can see even business owners like yourself, like Mr. Pramod Veturi, he talks a lot about learning and development. So this is where you can, one, consume content, but also going forward, you can look at contributing such type of content, because the minute you do it, a viewer or a reader will actually gain that trust and then think about, okay, this organization really knows what he's talking about. They know the entire subject. Let me reach out to them for help. And that's how the business connection actually happens. Moving quickly forward to the next section, here is a self-explanatory. We are all used to this, the group section, where we join like-minded groups. So let's say I'm interested in fashion, I would join a fashion and style group. I would contribute what I'm looking for, or even if I'm a business selling some fashion products, and I can post it about that over there. And likewise, you join groups of your interest, explore it, comment, like, understand what others are looking for, and either service and fulfill that, or even initiate a conversation such that you can actually reach to the point that you are set out for in terms of a goal. Now, again, moving forward, we'll come to the events section. Now, here is a section which is curated specially for small and medium enterprises. All the various events happening across the world in the SME domain. By SME, I mean small and medium enterprises. They're all curated here for you, right from the event that you registered for today, to sessions that are being organized by leading organizations who want to share their content with you, or even there are events like from business owners like yourself, who, let's say you host an event, it can be physical or digital. You can use this section to create a registration page, invite all the 4 lakh members to be a part of your event and promote and spread the word, or you can also attend any of these events. So this is a space you should look out for in case you're looking at learning, growing, as well as understanding on various different subjects. There are also courses that get posted by various organizations. Now, moving to the next section, we'll come to the catalog bit a little later, but coming to the offers section, here we've kind of curated for yourself as a business owner, leading services from brands, or let's say leading services from market leaders in various domains, right from, let's say, just getting an office space, or even just creating a current account, getting Google services, SEO done, design done, or even just implementing Tally, getting any kind of an overdraft. So we've identified the various challenges that a business owner can face. And here is a section where you can explore what you're looking for. And we've pre-negotiated these for you because we understand that if a business owner approaches these organizations alone, then the cost is pretty high, but together we all build the economies of scale. So here is where you can actually leverage that. Now, just moving on to the online store bit. Now, this is a section that is used very widely by all our members. We have 20,000 plus active stores currently who are using this and making the most of it. And what I mean by an online store is not restricted to B2C. So let's say you have a product which you want to sell directly to your consumer, you definitely can use this. But it's also extended, the tools and the capabilities also are extended to B2B, industrial. No matter which category of business you lie in, you can use this to make your online catalog, and that definitely is a speciality that you can see over here. Let me show you a couple of examples of how members are using this to make their own stores, and you could get started with your journey of doing that. So this is a brand in Telangana who is a social entrepreneur, actually providing livelihood to the women of the slums by training them to make such products and then selling them and giving them a share of that revenue made. So here you can see all the different products are showcased well, or all the various categories are coming up. So if you're a business who wants to make something like this, have some problems in doing it, you can do it absolutely free of cost on the platform itself. We have various tutorials to teach you how to do it. We have live training sessions that you can attend to if you're stuck somewhere and want to ask some doubts. Or even you could come back to us and say, I don't have the time, I can't put in the kind of resources or effort to make this. Can you help me design something like this? We will do it at a nominal cost for you. So if you're interested in getting that service, you can just put in the chat box, I'm looking at an assistance from GlobalLinker, and we'll be happy to have a call back arranged for you. So if you see here, they're putting up their social feed, their blogs, their empowerment stories, they're inviting people to be a part of their newsletter, videos. So the various, you can use your website as well to make it as interactive as possible and appealing to your customer. Now let me show you an industrial store. So this is a brand that's in beveling machines. Why I'm showcasing this to you is a lot of times people come back and say that, why do I really need to make it an online store or a catalog? I just want to make it an informational based website where my viewers know what I'm dealing in. But here is where I'm trying to show you how you need to capture the interest of your prospect customers. So if you don't want to put a price to any of your products, but you want to capture the interest, you can, instead of doing a buy now, which on the first product you see you can add to the cart, but on the second product it says price upon request, send inquiry. You can allow your customers to actually do this, receive the inquiry, customize it, and then send it back to them. And that's how you'll be able to interact with with your customers. Instead of a static website where somebody, like, let's say I saw your website, I liked it, I may or may not go to the contact us page and then reach out to you. But here I know that, okay, I'm interested in this particular product only. Let me send out an inquiry, let them come back with a quotation, and then I'll go ahead with the transaction. So it just makes a step go one step forward. So do use that section as well to kind of allow, let's say you might have a bulk purchase and you don't want to define the price, or your price keeps fluctuating. That's when also you can use this feature. Now, let me also show you another store before we move forward. So here, if you can see, this is another brand that's created their online store. They've tried to showcase what's happening behind the scenes in the form of a video. They're trying to put in aesthetically appealing photographs so that the customer is interested in purchasing. They're talking about their best sellers so that you know what you can buy. And they're also showing you product reviews, testimonials, everything at one place. So if you've not yet started, this is the time to actually get started. Let me also now just go back to GlobalLinker platform. And now that you've seen a gist of how the platform looks like, and given that you're a member already, you probably would have explored a little about it. I'll be happy to take on questions towards the end in relation to, let's say, how do I create a new connection, or what do I do if I'm not getting business opportunities. All of that can be addressed. Let me just go back to our presentation here. Okay, so now that we know what GlobalLinker is, let's actually just summarize it first. One is that the idea of the solution is to help business owners really make their business only twofold. One is discoverable for their customer, and the second is transaction ready. So, and how do we really do achieve these two goals is what we'll talk about again a little in the course of time. But let's now make it a little more broad based to see how and why you should be online as a business if you've not already started, and where you can proceed. So I'm sure as business owners, all of us feel that resources are limited and we really need to use them wisely. So let me hear from all of you. What is your limited resource? It can be anything. Use the chat box. Tell me, what do you think as a business is your limited resource? Any thoughts? Last time we received a lot of members saying we don't have time. There were a few who said money is a limited resource when we're doing business. Here, I can see some personal chats coming in. Bandwidth, that's right. Bandwidth can be a limited resource as well. Capacity, money, sure. Many sources create confusion. Okay, so it's important to really, now that we've identified that all of us are aware that we have limited resources, it's important we plan properly and invest these resources in the right direction. And here is where I'm trying to help you to identify the right direction. So in the session ahead, I'll actually also show you the various channels and ways in which you can tell your customers that you are ready to service them, you are out there no matter where they are, when they want you. Now, again, before we move forward, we'll do a simple exercise. Let me ask all of you to actually just draw a tree, and draw a tree fairly quickly in under 5 seconds in your mind or on paper. Just draw a tree. Okay, so can I ask you to reply yes if you drew a tree like this, where there were two branches like this and a cloud on top to make the bush? Did we draw a tree in our mind or on paper like this? Yes, yes, no, yes. Okay, great. So over 95% of us in the other sessions as well say that yes, we drew the tree just like the way we were taught as kids, two lines for barks and a cloud on top. But if we were all to sit down in a group together, and if there was an activity or a competition that said, draw a tree. I am sure 100%, 99% of us would have been as innovative as possible, drawn some fruits, put some colors in there, made it out of the box and creative with the same task at hand, with the same amount of time as well. But what I'm trying to bring and leave you with the thought is that networking and building connections helps you ignite your spark. Now, if you thought of just drawing a tree for the sake of drawing a tree, you would have done it just like the way you had to. But the minute you are in a group, or the minute you are actually wanting to achieve something beyond what you've been doing normally, that's when that spark is ignited, new ideas come up, and collectively we just help every business owner to achieve more. So moving to the next point on building your own sales channel, why should we really build our own sales channel? So of course, times today are changing. A lot of us have actually clicked on blocked an advertisement, but and I've done it myself. So and there are all of us also on the other hand who have actually followed an influencer, followed a celebrity, who are talking about the various products rather than just putting in promotional content. So what I'm trying to tell you is that consumers today are trusting humans than brands talking just what they deal in. So it's important to build that brand awareness, and if you don't invest in building your brand, you'll never really be noticed. And that brings me to the next point on diversification on marketplaces. So many of us today have listed our products and services on Flipkart, Myntra, Big Basket, based on which category we deal in. And of course, we should do that to get the right kind of customers, to get started in our journey of getting customers online. But what you need to really realize is that you're not building your brand if you're just on marketplaces. If you don't have your own sales channel and if you're just on your marketplaces, then let me give you an example. So think of the last time you purchased, let's say, a pen on Amazon or Flipkart or wherever. I remember the pen that I purchased, but I don't remember the brand that I purchased it from. I don't remember the seller I purchased it from. So as consumers today, we're looking for products and not really the sellers on marketplaces. So if you want to make that mark for yourself as a brand, establish yourself out there in the market, it's important you link that brand name in the Mindly now, right? So at GlobalLinker, we have, again, like I told you, 20,000 plus sellers who are actively using the online store or digital catalog capability. And I've been in conversation with them for over 4 years now, and I'm trying to collate all their data, their learnings, their insights, and share it with you so that we all learn and grow together. But before we move forward, again, I'd like to ask all of you, how many of us here today shop online? Do you purchase anything at all online? It can be as small as buying it from, yes, I can see the hands being raised there, me, Amazon, Flipkart, I buy it on different websites. Yes, we do buy online, and that's a given, right? All of us do it now, at least 90% of us. Now, do you also sell online? We are all business owners here today. Can I see the yes and the no's for, are we selling online? We agreed that we are buying online and we are business owners. No, we are not selling online. So it's a thought that I'm leaving you with, that I don't know how to do that. Sure, we'll see how to do that. But I'm leaving you with this thought that if you as a customer are buying online, you enjoy the convenience, you enjoy everything that you're getting by purchasing online. Your customer wants to also be able to do that. You have built your business and you already have existing customers, or you're getting started, but if you don't allow them to do what you are doing, you're losing out on a lot of business. So okay, so, and of course, let's just move on to the stages of the digital roadmap and the journey, and then understand how we can sell online. So there are 5 stages, like you can see on the screen. You lay the foundation by actually creating an online presence for your business. Then you start building it by staying active. And by staying active, you promote your products, your services, you write articles, you write posts, you connect with other businesses, you do social media activities, you, let's say, do digital marketing campaigns, or you even do SEO, SEM, and then you start scaling it up. Now that you've established a few members, you scale it up by relying on data and trends. It's a very important thing, data and trends that you get in your online journey. And then you increase your profits, then you look at ways to reduce your costs. And at the end of all of this, you actually sustain this. And how do you sustain this? You try to get repeat customers, you try to build loyalty, you try to earn goodwill from your customers. So, and I've seen in the past a lot of people actually come back arguing that I've been doing business traditionally or physically for years now. My customers come to my store, they purchase my goods. Why should I actually move online? So let's try and take this with the help. Let's try and answer this with the help of an example, that why you as a business either should move hybrid. You should adopt a hybrid version of online and offline, or if not completely online. So let's take one of our members here today. There's Mr. Naveen Yadav in our example. So let's say Mr. Naveen actually has a store of garments in Mumbai, in Andheri, and Mr. Naveen gets 100 customers every single day to his garment store, and he's making profits, he's happy, but now he really wants to expand. I mean, at some point his costs are going up, but his number of customers are not increasing. So any ideas or thoughts on how he should move from 100 customers a day to 1,000 customers a day? Use the chat box, tell Mr. Naveen what he could possibly do to move from 100 customers a day to his physical store to reach to 1,000 customers a day. Move online, yes, okay. What else? Run a discount, sure. Adopt global approach, absolutely. Okay, so let's say now Mr. Naveen actually has heard Mr. Ashutosh's advice on actually running a discount. Okay, so he runs a discount now and he attracts not 100 but another 200 new customers. Festival discount. Okay, so he does a 50% festival sale and now he has 200 people coming in. But can we just stop there and think what is going wrong even when we are getting more number of customers? Yes, that's right. Our profits are going down because we actually have started increasing the kind of reducing our margin and giving that share to the customer. But let's say now, instead of doing just the discounts in her store, in Mr. Naveen's store, he actually went ahead, created an online catalog of his products. He has a store in Mumbai and Andheri. He's catering to 100 customers a day, but he also now goes online. What do you think will change? Over a period of time, he then will get data or insights. So let's say he understands that every Wednesday between 5 to 9 p.m., I don't have people coming to my online store. That power of that data is something he'll get online. He is able to identify that between 5 to 9 p.m. on Wednesday, customers are not shopping. He then runs his 50% festive discount only during this period of time. So he continues to get 100 customers a day in the busy days, busy times, but he now also has optimized his lean period. The time 5 to 9 on Wednesday, when he was not able to get customers, he ran a discount and got new set of customers. So imagine what the kind of tools that you can use to actually do it efficiently online. Now, let's say Mr. Ashok here says that I've been running my business online now and I've been giving a sale. I've captured all of this, all the data, insights. But what Mr. Ashok also tells Mr. Naveen is that why are you limiting yourself to only India customers? Or let's say initially he was limited to Andheri because he had a physical store, then he went online and he captured the entire Mumbai market, then he started moving to other cities. But why are you being limited only to the country? And Mr. Ashok gave an example of how he is exporting his products to Australia, to Africa, using different types of online business portals. So what I'm trying to bring here today is that there are various exporter portals that we as Indian sellers can use to kind of export our products. And I will put that in the chat box as well. Where you can explore if you are interested in exporting your product. So let me just put in the URL. It's called India. Post about 3+ Indian sellers today who have listed their products. There is Federation of Indian Export Organizations promoting this portal to all the embassies across the world. And there is a matchmaking happening between foreign buyers and Indian sellers. So if you are a business to whom this sounds exciting and you want to be a part of it, then again, just drop in a message in the chat box and I'll have some call you and help you get listed onto this portal. Okay, so now moving quickly forward, let's go to a digitization index, which I've tried to factor out the various stages at which you as a business owner can actually possibly be in. Whether it's marketing, sales, logistics, each of it has its own area of digitization. Marketing, then you progress to creating maybe a temporary ad hoc logo. And then you realize that, okay, this is not good enough. Let me have a professional logo. So I'm just trying to do how you need to keep moving your stage, move the goalpost, because the digital journey is endless. It's very vast. It can be intimidating. And therefore, it's important for you. So let's take another example. You have not created an online profile. And then you start small, you create your online profile, you then share it. But then you realize that just sharing your profile isn't enough. You have to be active, you have to be sharing content. Then you realize that, okay, now people know me, let me create my own website. But how can I make my website non-transactional? At the end of the day, my customers want my product at their doorstep, where they can pay online and get their products at home. So am I providing that experience to them? So I'm just trying to highlight and leave you with that thought in your mind, that go back after this session, analyze where you stand, draw out a plan on how you want to expand in your digital journey, and see the kind of ROI it actually is providing to your business. Let's quickly move on to some other function. So let's say you're a B2B business and you have a lot of distributors, you have a lot of retailers, but your sales team is still going out there traditionally. You are a manufacturer, your salesperson is going to the distributor, showing them the catalog, writing down what their order is, coming back. Some errors happen because of manual entry. So all of this can be digitized today. In fact, GlobalLinker has a solution where if you are a brand or a manufacturer and if you want to digitize your entire supply chain, right from giving customized discounts to your different distributors online, right from giving a customized minimum order quantity. We always have that fear that I don't want my other distributor to know what distributor A is doing with me. I'm giving him a credit of this much, but I don't want distributor B to know that. That won't happen if you have a proper mechanism in place. And you can do that just by the login of an OTP. They can actually place their own orders, and they're all tech savvy today. When somebody can buy something on a marketplace, they can buy it from your store as well. The journey is absolutely the same. They just put in their phone number, they log in via an OTP, and they see everything customized. In fact, your orders will start going up without you doing much as well, because now your sales team is actually focusing on the right aspects of actually maintaining relationships, rather than going saying, okay, you want 30 products, and then he writes it down. Somebody reads that as 80, 50 products, then have to be returned. All of that gets eliminated the minute you move online. So these are areas you need to think about and execute. And again, if you are somebody who wants to explore any of these products, right from creating your online store to digitizing your supply chain, any aspect, do drop in a message. I will be sharing my contact details and we'll be happy to help you. Again, I'm just going to stop here, leave you with the thought of how important and critical it is to be digitized today. And no matter what stage you are at, you need to really think of building it rather than or moving to the next stage, rather than imagining a castle and not starting. So this is what I wanted to share with you here today, and I'll stop here to see if you have any questions. Again, the questions can be as varied as you'd like. So let me, and you can see my contact details on the screen here right now, but I'm also going to put it in the chat box. Okay. So give me a minute here while I just browse through any of your questions now. First of all, thank you for being such an engaged audience. I saw that there were a couple of messages that said that the screen was not very clear. Regret the same. I'm having some technical, actually internet problems. So possibly that's the reason you couldn't see it clearly. Okay, let me just see if you have any questions now. Again, thank you for being such an engaged audience today. I saw a lot of yeses, nos, being very participative. I hope the session was useful for you. I can see that there are a couple of people who are saying that I want to start exporting my products outside India. The way to do that is to, like I mentioned on the chat also as well, join the Indian Business Portal, which is an international trade hub connecting Indian sellers with foreign buyers. Now, what happens here is that a lot of Indian sellers like yourself are showcasing their products on the portal such that foreign buyers can explore and understand about their specialities and then go ahead and transact. How do you go ahead and register for this portal? Now, what you can do is first, like I mentioned on GlobalLinker, you create your online store. Once your store is ready, you can submit it for linking it to the Indian Business Portal. Alternatively, you can reach out to any of our team members and they'll be happy to help you as well.
I have mentioned my contact details in the chat box. So if your store is ready or you want it to be reviewed, please do share it and we'll be happy to do that. I can see that there are some questions in the chat, in the Q&A box, which is not in English language. I'm requesting you to please translate it in English and send it across so that I can answer the same. Okay, are there any other questions? Again, regret that the screen was not clear because I had some internet bandwidth issues. How do we interact with international buyers? How do we join Indian portal? Again, please go on to GlobalLinker, your particular platform. Join, and if you've not yet done so, if you already have, sign in, create your online store or digital catalog or e-store, whatever you call it. Basically, we need a digital catalog of all your products or services, whether they're industrial goods, whether they're a B2C, B2B, anything, it doesn't matter. Once your store is ready, please share it across with any of our team member, or even on the seller panel, which is the store backend, you will be able to see an option to link to the Indian Business Portal. Please do go ahead and submit your store URL. If everything is fine, which means you have uploaded your logo, your banners, your products with images, with product description, all relevant pricing as well, then we will go ahead and link it to the Indian Business Portal. I can see a few questions on, is it free to join? Yes, at the moment it is an absolutely free platform to join as well. Is GlobalLinker and Indian Business Portal the same? No, they're not. GlobalLinker is a networking platform, as I showcased to you, with over 4 lakh businesses across the world interacting with each other. However, Indian Business Portal is almost like a marketplace connecting Indian sellers with foreign buyers. So the purpose of both the platforms are different. Indian Business Portal is an initiative of GlobalLinker and FIO is, or FIEO, which is Federation of Indian Export Organizations. So I hope you got the difference between both. Please review my store and suggest. I have made note of your store. I'll request you to please contact me after the session. We will do a quick review of your store as well. Okay, are there any other final questions? This is your time. This is your opportunity to learn, to grow, to understand. Any doubt that you may have, please go ahead and answer that. Anybody who needs help in creating their online store, we can make it for you at a nominal cost. Anybody wants a callback for creating your online catalog? So like I said, we will create it for you at a nominal cost. Alternatively, you can make it on your own, free of cost, joining our training sessions or viewing our tutorial material. Every day, 5:30 p.m., Monday to Friday, we have training sessions on how you can do the same. So please join that as well. We make a store on IB portal also. You make your store on GlobalLinker. Once it's on GlobalLinker, you will be able to link it to the Indian Business Portal. In the chat box, my colleague has also put in the detailed breakup of what is it that we cover in the online training sessions Monday to Friday at 5:30 p.m. So the link remains the same. Please bookmark it and join any session to understand, but ideally we would want you to join all the 5, take out time 1 week, let's say, to join daily training sessions, and you'll be able to master it. Okay, so if there are no further questions, I think we can close for today. Again, thank you so much for being an engaged audience. Thank you for taking out time, 1 hour of your busy schedule, to understand how digital platforms and digital technology can actually help you scale your business. I hope you were able to benefit from today's session. Thank you, and